What is up? Today we are going to be looking at the projected #1 overall pick in the 2021 NBA Draft, Cade Cunningham of the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Cade Cunningham has been ripping apart the college competition using his combination of playmaking, shooting, scoring, and defensive ability as a 6'8" point guard. He projects to be a high-level offensive initiator at the next level, and he does a lot of things really, really well. And today we're going to be looking at some of those things like his ball manipulation, his potential shot creation tools, amongst other things. So let's look at this play to start the game. All right, we see the Cade Cunningham has the ball at the top of the key, or at like the top of the key wing area, and 22 is looking to set a screen on his man. Cade Cunningham uses a little hesitation, and as we can see, he's about to blow right past him. So now we have 22 looking to dive towards the basket. And this defender, both defenders really are kind of out of position. This one is scrambling on his feet. He doesn't know which one to cover. And if Cade can get by him, this should be a 2-on-1 to the basket where Cade can either finish with finesse at the rim or he can dump it off to the roller. But let's see what happens. Let's see how the play develops. All right, so now we are here. Okay, so this guy is rolling aggressively towards the basket, and we have a help defender in position right here that could potentially move over to guard this guy after he rolls hard towards the basket. He has the ball at the top of the key here, and we could see an easy bounce pass right inside if it works. All right, but now we are here. Okay, so the help defender has fully committed over. This guy is open for a pass. Well, his body is open. We don't necessarily know from this angle if he gets the pass off here. But we have this defender here who's jumping in the air to try to contest Cade's pass, and this defender who's kind of just trying to catch up to the roll man. The defense is anticipating that Cade is just going to dump it off inside to this roller, but that's not going to be the case here. Part of what makes Cade Cunningham such a special talent is his ability to manipulate the defense and pick them apart. And that's exactly what he does on this play. The defense is fully sold to the idea that he is going to do a bounce pass or some kind of dump off to this roller inside, and he's going to finish with finesse at the rim. But that's just not the case. Cade Cunningham is one step ahead of them, and here's what he does instead. He whips it out to a shooter. Now, granted, the shooter did miss the shot, but again, we really cannot blame Cade Cunningham for this. He is not the shooter. He did everything right. He manipulated the defense, and he found the wide open, and that was a wide open shot for that shooter. At the NBA level, he's going to have shooters that knock down those shots more consistently. I'm not worried about that at all. That is not by any means Cade's fault. But let's just break down the play again. All right, we have the screen, we have the hesitation, the roll, the fake, the pass to the shooter, and the miss. But everything else Cade did perfectly here, and part of his talent is his ability to manipulate the defense and to make the smart play. Okay, now we have another play that we're going to look at. This is a little bit further in the first quarter. Oklahoma State is trailing by 6 points to UT Arlington. And once again, this shows a different part of Cade's game. Rather than his playmaking, we're going to see his ability to score, to handle the ball a little bit, and to operate in the pick and roll. Because as we've seen in the previous play, he's a genius in the pick and roll. And again, we're just going to show just how smart Cade Cunningham is. All right, so here he's bringing the ball up at about half court. Let's see what he does. All right, so right here we see that there's a defender here, and there's a roll man set up here. It looks like Cade Cunningham is going to use the pick and roll to attack the basket, but instead, Cade Cunningham does not use the screen. He attacks right here instead, forcing the defender to get off balance. All right, and then Cade Cunningham, it looks like he's going to snatch back here, and that's exactly what he does. And so now the defender is on the balls of his feet and has to kind of get back on track to Cade, and then he has to shuffle over. He does that, right? And now it looks like Cade Cunningham is going to use the screen again. But no, instead of using the screen here, he once again fakes it and crosses over the other way. Boom. Look at all that separation that Cade Cunningham now has on his defender. Okay, he's a solid, I don't know how many feet this is, roughly from him to this defender, but as we can see, it's a pretty wide space, and same here as well. I don't even think this guy is focused on Cade anymore. I think he's more worried about the roller. And Cade simply pulls up. If the defense is going to give him that, he's got to take those shots. All right, this just shows Cade's ability to handle the ball and to score, Ready? Once again, the snapback. He waits for his defender to come back. He rises above the defense and makes the easy mid-range shot. All right, so far we've seen Cade make a great pass. We've seen him rise up above the defense to hit a mid-range shot. But now we're going to look at his ability to attack off of closeouts, to attack the basket, and to finish with finesse at the rim. All right, so it is still early in the first quarter. It's 11-13. Oklahoma State is trailing by 2. All right, as we can see, Cade Cunningham is down here, and he is going to cross half court in just a second. All right, so Cade Cunningham is going to get the ball here. This defender has to turn around in order to account for Cade. All right, so right here, we can see what Cade Cunningham is. We can see Cade Cunningham has the ball. We don't know exactly what he's going to do. He's kind of, let's scroll back a little bit, but what he was going to do on this play, he kind of like does a little hesitation fake there. And then as we can see here, he is clearly looking to go downhill and to attack the basket. But that's going to be pretty tough. I mean, you've got this defender here. You've got these two guys lurking here. You've got another defender helping here. He's basically going to have to go through 4 and possibly 5 guys if this defender chooses to come over and help. So let's see how Cade does this. All right, so already we could see him contorting his body to get as low as possible and to try to, it looks like he's going to use his body against number 21 here to try to finish with power. And that's exactly what he does. It went a little fast, a little too fast there. But as we can see, he starts to bounce off his defender. Right there. All right, he's bouncing off number 21, and it looks like he's going to make the finish here. Okay, but look at this. There are 4 guys. All right, and this is not Cade's fault. Okay, Cade Cunningham is obviously drawing the attention of the defense, but if he had better floor spacing, if these 2 guys weren't standing around right near the paint, it wouldn't be nearly as crowded for Cunningham to get to the basket. But the spacing is absolutely terrible, and he really has no space to operate. So what does he do? He simply finishes over the top of the defense. All right, let's go back and look at that again. Okay, uses his body well and finishes through contact at the rim. That's marvelous. That's basketball mastery right there. He uses his body. He finishes with his left hand. I know you can't. I know the screen just turned black. All right, there we go. It's back. But that is absolute mastery by Cade Cunningham. You know, using his body, contorting himself to go downhill and to finish through contact at the rim with his left hand. Considering he's a righty, that's pretty impressive. But that is, obviously there are tons of more plays of Cade just being a basketball genius, but those are some of the best plays that I think truly highlight the kind of player Cade Cunningham is. He can manipulate the defenses with ball fakes, with his eyes especially. He can make defenders look like he's going to do one thing and then do the complete other thing that sets up a wide open shot for his teammate. That's just the kind of player Cade Cunningham is. He's smart, he's a high IQ player, and he's a great teammate. He's not a ball hog. He gets others involved, and he looks like he can be an effective offensive engine at the next level. He can also score. We saw the mid-range. We didn't really get to see a three-point shot from Cade, but he is a reliable three-point shooter with great touch and a high free throw percentage. That's going to suggest that Cade Cunningham can become an effective three-point shooter at the next level. And as you see here, he can finish through contact. He can finish with touch at the rim, and he uses his left hand really well, and he's got a great ability to handle the ball. But that is going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really think Cade Cunningham is the most talented player in this upcoming NBA draft, and I have no doubts that he is going to become a potential NBA superstar